What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Courtside Financial. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any videos that are coming, and make sure you hit that like button because it really does go a long way in helping out the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the RealReal. The ticker symbol is REAL, R-E-A-L. I do not have a position in the RealReal, but I do plan on opening one in the future. Obviously the stock market is closed today, but the stock currently sits at $14.06, up 0.5% for the day, down 2.36% for the week. So this stock actually IPO'd last year in May at $20, and it did reach a high of $30.05. This is why I don't typically invest in IPOs when they first become available, because oftentimes there is much uncertainty and a lot of it is speculation and pumping. So now it's pretty much over a year later, and I think it's time to take a look at this one. So if you guys don't know, they are an online retailer of luxury resale apparel. Their selling point is that in a sea of counterfeit items on the internet, they actually go the extra mile to authenticate things, helping their customers get legitimate products. According to verified market research, global luxury resale market was valued at $16.23 billion in 2018 and is expected to grow to $68.53 billion by 2026. That would be a compounded annual growth rate of 15.53% from 2019 to 2026. So it hasn't been all exactly smooth sailing for this company. The company actually rubbed a few people the wrong way because allegedly some counterfeits slipped under their radar. They even faced a lawsuit from Chanel in the past. Some former employees said on a piece on CNBC that they did not have the proper training or expertise to even verify some of the products that they sell. The CEO, Julie Wainwright, actually went on CNBC 7 months ago on Cramer to talk about these rumors and allegations. So let's take a look at that clip.
Some people say maybe there's not enough real on RealReal. How do we?
Oh boy. So first of all, that was former disgruntled employees, and I want to talk about what we do today because it's really different. So let me give you some stats.
Okay.
All right. We've sold 11.5 million products. Our net promoter customer score is 70. 80% of our GMV is from repeat customers. Now, put that aside. Let me tell you about what happened in October. We processed 490,000 units. Our copywriter/authenticator team removed 4,000 units before they ever got posted. Before it went...
Removed 4,000 units because they were not acceptable?
They were counterfeits.
Okay, and they determined that a copywriter who may not, that's a person who is an authenticator at the same time?
Well, here's what we do. Look, when I first started the business, copywriters onher copywrote. Okay. And they went to authentication. Later on, we blended in the copywriter authentication.
Okay.
Each copywriter authenticator gets 30 hours of training.
Okay.
They sit with other people. There's master authenticators. So yes, they plus the expert, the high-risk authenticators, remove 4,000 right away.
Okay. So that's
then our QC team pulled another, our quality control team pulled another 139 from the site. So if you just look at that's what we do every day. Our brand is to keep fakes off the market.
I really like the way that Julie went on Cramer's show and handled herself and represented the company in a time when it was under fire. In my opinion, that's the mark of a good CEO. And you need someone who's able to change the sentiment around your company when things are going bad. I encourage everyone to go watch that interview in its entirety so that you have as much information as possible. Later on in the interview, she says that fine jewelry actually brings in 1/3 of their revenue, and those are not authenticated in-house. It's sent out to gemologists and watchmakers, and that's how we can be sure that those things are authentic. But anyways, here's why I'm bullish on the RealReal. The fact of the matter is that the way consumers purchase goods is changing more now than ever. If you're subscribed to my channel, you know that I like to invest in technology. You know I like to invest in things that are disruptive. And I think this is what it's going to be. You know, we just heard about Neiman Marcus filing for bankruptcy. Me personally, this is not my first YouTube channel. I have another YouTube channel that's based around lifestyle, and a lot of times we get into fashion and things of that such. And me being in that market, I don't really like going into stores. I like ordering my stuff online because I feel like there's a much larger collection instead of going to the stores and not being able to find what you want. I was going to Miami in the spring and I was looking for the perfect pair of white jeans and I wasn't able to find them. So I had to wear a pair that I already had. Especially now with the Roni situation, we see companies like Amazon and eBay thriving in this type of environment. I remember watching eBay very closely before the Roni situation even took place, and the stock was performing pretty lackluster in my opinion. Now it's hitting highs. The counterfeit industry is a $300 billion business, so if the RealReal can grab 3% of that market, then they can do $9 billion in revenue. And in my opinion, even though things have reportedly slipped under their radar in the past, the RealReal is the safest place to shop online for secondhand luxury goods, right? There are so many blatant fakes on eBay, you don't have to look too far to find them. So just like I'm invested in CrowdStrike cybersecurity, it's kind of the same concept here. Hackers are getting better and better, so cybersecurity companies need to continuously step up their game. Counterfeiters are getting better and better, so authenticators need to step up their game. And I don't really think anyone is doing that like the RealReal. In the past, when I had a lot more time, I used to resell luxury watches and sneakers and things of that such. Now I have people on my team that are doing that. So I'm pretty familiar with this industry. The RealReal seems to be the only company that offers a diversity of product, is publicly traded, and is evolving with the counterfeit market. I say publicly traded because there's Poshmark. They do have an authentication service, but I believe that it has to be over a certain number value for them to actually authenticate stuff. I've seen fakes on Poshmark in the past, and obviously there's apps like StockX and there's apps like GOAT. But GOAT and StockX are primarily for sneakers. StockX doesn't have that diversity of product like the RealReal. The RealReal has a whole bunch of products that are designer, and it's a lot more fluid than StockX. More of like hype sneakers and like Supreme and things like that. So anyways, let's get into the numbers. The RealReal is not profitable, but the CEO says that they have a clear path to profitability and revenue is increasing year over year. I like to buy companies when others are fearful and there's blood in the streets. Obviously, the fashion industry took a huge hit because of the Roni situation, but this company actually beat their Q1 earnings estimates by 3 cents. I believe the American consumer will bounce back stronger than ever in the future, but I don't want to invest in retail. I need online infrastructure. If my bullish thesis is right, then these prices are a steal from a long-term perspective. And of course, if you're subscribed to this channel, then you know that we love a good balance sheet. The RealReal boasts over $4.5 million in assets and $1.3 million in liabilities. Here's what Matt Gusky, the chief financial officer, said during their Q1 earnings call. I think Julie alluded to the fact that demand has held up quite well or has bounced back quite well after the initial post-Roni shock. So we continue to see traffic being up year over year, despite our marketing spend being down 2/3 or more. And the result of that is our sell-through rates. We measure them over multiple periods of time. 4-day sell-through rate has bounced back remarkably well and is now at post-Roni levels. So that's super exciting to hear. Obviously, we can't say that for retail stores, but we can say that about a company like this. I also want to quickly talk about Julie Wainwright's track record, because like I always say, I like to invest in people. Julie worked at Clorox, Berkeley System, where she replaced the CEO, and she was instrumental in changing the company's strategy by making it a leading interactive entertainment entity. She also was the CEO of Pets.com. Most currently, she's the CEO of the RealReal, of course. So obviously she has a successful track record, and I'm pretty sure that she knows what she's doing. Like I said, I like the way she handled herself on CNBC in that Cramer interview. So I'm super interested in this company. I'm probably going to open a position next week. It's going to be a small position because obviously I'm keeping cash, so I'm going to be starting small here and seeing what the market does. And I might even purchase some stuff off of their website. Me and the guys on my team, we actually just made some profits in Supreme last week. They had this drop. So I know that the luxury apparel industry is going strong. Anyways, that's it for this video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any more content. And make sure you like the video because that really does go a long way in helping the channel out. And lastly, I want to know what you think about the RealReal. Please leave a comment down below.